Welcome to Social Town. In this video, we are going to learn about 9 time management tips. As time passes, there are so many things we cannot catch up with, and we forget what we wrote on our to-do list. If you complain that time is flowing too fast, and what you need to do on the list we mentioned has piled up enough, find new ways to manage time effectively. Instead of whining about the pace of time, why not attempt to shape your own time? It is an obvious truth that time management paves the way for a much more peaceful life. We provide you 9 tips in this video to discover the solution to the question of how to manage time effectively. Be sure to stick around till the end, since number 8 and 9 are the most critical tips for time management. Please consider subscribing to our channel for more informational videos, which cover wellness to self-improvement, relationships, and more. Number 1, do everything with a plan. In time management, when you have a task you have to complete within a certain amount of time, you need to establish a schedule for it. If you do what you need to do with the schedule, you can save time for alternate things that will make you happier. Don't forget that having a schedule does not mean studying or working for hours, giving no break. You should take a break when your body and mind feel tired. However, these breaks also should be stated in your schedule. You will not ignore the surroundings in this manner, and you will have a happier life. Number 2, sleeping too much or not sleeping enough. One of the most pleasant and essential times is definitely sleeping. When you realize, though, how much time those naps take away from your life, that pleasant sleep can turn into a bitter poison. Of course, you should not reduce something like we need to sleep less to buy more time. You should sleep for a certain amount of time, which will be enough for you. Sleeping too much and being lazy or not sleeping enough and wandering around in a sleep-deprived mood is nothing but stealing from your time. Not having enough sleep means that the tasks you've prepared can't be done because you won't have enough energy during the day. Number 3, get to know yourself. Another way of managing time effectively can get to know yourself. You cannot create a program for yourself or decide the priorities of this schedule if you do not know yourself. Everyone has a certain tendency for something. Just as you need to know what your strengths are, you also have to know your weaknesses. If you're a person who is frequently distracted, your workspace should be designed accordingly. In this way, losing time caused by concentration problems would be reduced. Be open and honest with yourself. Don't make seeing the flaws a matter of pride. After that, you notice that things get on track. Number 4, do not quit things you started. Sometimes you can easily get tired of a task you began on a whim, then leave it partially done and never go back to it. These unfinished tasks always create a burden on your shoulders. Prepare a short list of the projects you want to complete. Stick with your list and reward yourself when you achieve your targets. Prioritize your most critical tasks. Begin and carry out that task with self-control until it is complete. Success comes from completing tasks. Number 5, do not be an indecisive person. Being indecisive means losing time and making rushed decisions. Indecisive people face major problems with managing their time. Indecisive people don't even start on something, while other people have already taken a decision and executed it. Being indecisive causes a loss of time and money and your motivation. Make sure that making decisions is at the top of your priorities. Number 6, do not postpone the tasks. The worst thing you can do to yourself in time management would be procrastinating. If the tasks you keep postponing pile up and you become lost in them, you cannot do even the easiest task. We mentioned that you have to work or study according to a schedule, since you will proceed step by step. If you do not back down from this schedule, you will not procrastinate. By considering the heavy burden your potential laziness would place on you, you can motivate yourself to finish the task at that moment. If you do not feel enough energy to do a certain thing at that moment, try to finish it after having a quick break. Never forget that procrastination is the greatest barrier to effective time management. Number 7, avoid time-consuming external factors. The key factors that cause waste of time are being unorganized, being unable to say no, postponing, waiting for something else, gossiping, wasting time on smartphones and TV, daydreaming, anxiety, and fear of failure. You need to stay away from all these time-consuming activities. Imagine the extra burden that will fall on your shoulders when you cannot say no. Or just consider the time you spent because of unnecessary waiting and superfluous anxiety. Doubting yourself on the work you performed and always thinking about the possibility of failure will cause you to waste time on your own. You can prevent all these factors and use your time wisely if you act. Well, now is the time for tips number 8 and 9. The most important tips you need to know for time management. Number 8, be realistic when determining your priorities. If you're not happy with doing a certain task, but you have to do it anyway, do not put it at the bottom of your list. Not liking the task doesn't mean you won't have to do it. For example, you woke up in the morning and your plan for that day includes doing your math assignment. Don't put it at the end of your schedule simply because you dislike math. In fact, put the most undesired tasks in the first place on that list. In this way, after you finish your homework, you can spend the rest of the day as you like. Number 9. Your free time is not that free. It may seem like an intriguing sentence, but your free time is not a time to just lie down and kill time. What we try to say here, the definition depends on what you understand by the concept of free time or leisure time. So how can we spend our leisure time? Every activity that would contribute to your personal development is preferable to spend your leisure time. Rather than just looking around at the bus, you can read a book. While you're waiting in a line, you can get many things done. Just be aware of the time. The more value you give to your way of spending your time, the more value you receive. What is the best thing about time? It treats everyone equally. So when you have 24 hours in a day, it's also applicable to everyone else. If you're complaining about time simply nothing more than being ungrateful to it, you may look for the problem in yourself. The urges in your mind that cause laziness always overshadow duty. Spending too much time on the phone may seem acceptable to you, but it is not that innocent. When you follow the tips in this video, you find that the concept of time has already been misunderstood by you. So why is it beneficial to manage time effectively? First, without being overwhelmed and experiencing any problem, you can comfortably do your work. With the ease of organized and scheduled tasks, you can get ahead of the people you compete with at school or in your workplace. In this competition, getting way ahead will translate into being more disciplined, and you will then become a more conscious person who understands the notion of time. Take charge of time and manage it on your own. Please let us know in the comments below your own strategies and tips how to manage your time effectively. What can be the barriers of time management? Thanks for watching Social Town. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe and bell buttons and share it with your friends. This will encourage us to create new videos for you.